Following a video on Ghost in the Shell, an animated film featuring cyborg characters, I've decided to talk about a Western animated film featuring cyborg characters, the sleeper hit from Disney, Treasure Planet! A 2002 Disney cult classic. People often discuss this film and specifically focus on the fact that people never seem to discuss this film. I know, it's confusing, right? In this reimagining of Robert Louis Stevenson's novel Treasure Island, excitement is sparked as Robert Louis Stevenson's novel Treasure Island is reimagined. Specifically, Jim Hawkins is gifted with the treasure map by a dying sailor leading to riches of the notorious Captain Flint, accompanied by a comical sidekick. A voyage is issued under the command of a capable captain who to her dismay is met with a questionable crew. As with its source material, the plot is reasonably simple, but impeccably flavoured with complicated characters, motivations, relationships and settings, to the point simplicity is almost unnoticed. In fact, the nature of the story means there's more opportunity to focus on these important details. Treasure Planet effectively uses this opportunity to create some incredible world building. The steampunk retro-futurism aesthetic allows the film to explore two endlessly fascinating areas of storytelling: the thrill of piracy and the vastness of space. The crafting of this distinctive identity is helped by some extremely distinctive character designs, inspired technological observations such as digital windows that display different climates, books that narrate and visually represent the stories within them, and the glorious pastime of solar surfing, and dynamic action set pieces. Every cast member is given a unique appearance laden with detail, and the variety of personas on display is showcased as a result. The almost limitless nature of the setting is used with great restraint and productivity. Like the source material, the characters are diverse and multifaceted. Jim Hawkins grows from a surly, rebellious teenager to a more conventional hero and is voiced by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, a star in one of the greatest films of all time. I really need to do a video on 10 things I hate about you. I like him more than any other film I've reviewed so far, apart from A Brother Where Art Thou, of course, which I've never actually reviewed. Captain Amelia is an authoritative leader and fighter voiced by Emma Thompson. Dr. Doppler is the aforementioned bumbling sidekick who is academically gifted and occasionally surprisingly resourceful. He is voiced by David Hyde Pearce. Meanwhile, the complicated, roguish cyborg John Silver is voiced by Brian Murray, an actor I wasn't familiar with, but after some research I have reached the conclusion that he probably isn't the Brian Murray my dad knows. The voice acting is competent and every character is well cast, including the Ben Gunn equivalent Ben, who is voiced by Martin Short, despite the fact he is slightly irritating as a character. In fact, that's probably why Martin Short was such a good choice. Sorry, Martin. The film is endlessly imaginative, with a vibrant, warm colour palette, architectural grandiose, emotional depth, a sympathetic cast, who develop rewarding relationships, and importantly, all the excitement, suspense and motivation that an adventure film is required to offer. As an adaptation, Treasure Planet succeeds at balancing faithfulness with originality, and as a film, Treasure Planet succeeds on almost every artistic level. The film is genuinely difficult to criticise, with only 3 issues being even noticeable to me. The first being the rare moments where the blend of CGI and traditional animation is unharmonious. The second being the use of a generic contemporary sounding pop rock song during a bonding montage. Music was necessary in this sequence, but this particular song was mismatched with the film's mood as well as the triumphant, authentic score heard elsewhere. An original sea shanty inspired song would have been more suitable for this scene, especially given the film's experimental nature. And the final criticism is that while the late Brian Murray is suitably emotive in his performance as John Silver, there are moments where his accent fluctuates between the stereotypical pirate voice, Irish, and sometimes even Welsh. If they wanted the last one, they should have come to me. Oh wait, I was 7 when this film was made, never mind. But they could have hired the other Brian Murray, you know, the one my dad knows. These issues all pale in comparison to the film's general mastery, and it earns a 9 out of 10. This is my favourite film involving pirates that I've reviewed, apart from Pirates of the Caribbean of course, but I've never reviewed that. Oh, I should also point out that Roscoe Lee Brown, who voices Kingpin in Spider-Man the Animated Series, was in this film, and I noticed. Spotted his voice straight away, and I've seen this film before, and I don't think I noticed all the other time. And so our voyage has come to an end. If you're interested in seeing any of the other animated classics videos, they will be featured on the end screen. If you've got any suggestions for an animated film you like and want to see a video on, comment down below. Thanks for watching, and if I don't see you next time, I'll assume you've gone on a voyage to find a treasure across the vastness of space.
So, I've been thinking lately about making a separate channel for audiobook readings. Because it can take a while to read a book, I'd only occasionally upload, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on whether this would be a good idea, or whether you'd listen if it happened. Comment below with your opinion.